Bill.
Yeah, thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Now, you were telling me a little bit earlier that you've owned this for several decades. How long have you had it?
We've had it 28 years.
28 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was in danger of being torn down when we decided to take over.
That's awesome. Is it a family business then?
Yeah, it is. My two daughters work here, and we've been working at it for all that time.
Now, I'd heard that you guys have your own still. Is that true?
Well, kind of a still. We make our own beer here.
Fantastic.
It's a microbrewery, and we make. We've done that probably since the late 90s, mid to late 90s, and so we make a lot of beer. We make root beer, and we sell a lot of that stuff.
So even if our viewers are under 21, come here because they have root beer as well.
That's right, yeah.
Now, looking around, this place has a ton of history. Would you mind taking me on a tour?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. Let's just
Let's head this
start
way.
off this way.
All right.
Now, Bill, I'm seeing a lot of really big names here. Joe Biden, I see John Edwards, Bill Clinton. What? Have they all come here?
Yeah, most of the presidential candidates come through here. You know, Iowa's first in the nation, so we're able to get all the candidates as they come through. And we've been doing that since 1983. Just about every candidate has stopped.
That's
and
awesome.
Then they've been here before, so they kind of stop again when they're running through. And it's people they know. It just kind of builds on itself. So I'm just looking around. I see General Wesley Clark there, and
Oh, wow.
there's quite a few different people.
Now, I see a guitar over here. What's the story behind this?
Well, the Everly Brothers are from Shenandoah, and in 1986, I hired them to play here again once they got back together again. And there's 8,500 people here. And so we started that rapport with them. And in fact, we just moved their boyhood home across the street and donated it to the city. And we've done a lot of work with scholarship in their name and that type of thing. So the ties with the Everly Brothers have stayed pretty tight since we got together with them 20 years ago.
That's awesome. Wow, there's a whole nother room back here.
Now here's where we make beer, and we make about 20 kegs at a time, 320 gallons, and we do that about every 6 to 8 weeks. So it doesn't take that much room to make the beer.
Just make it a weekend out of it, or?
It takes me about a day to make it, and then it has to sit there for about a week, and then you keg it up, and we store it in a different location. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then we've been, like I say, we've been doing that probably 15 years or something
Now,
like that.
how much request have you had for your special beer since you started making it? Are you getting a lot of people from maybe out of town coming by?
Yeah, we get a lot of people from out of town that want to try it, and then the local people are switched over. But I'll tell you, we still sell probably more Bud Light than we do anything else. So that's the same here as anywhere else.
Do you guys bottle it and sell it elsewhere, or
No,
just
we
here
don't.
in-house?
It's just in-house. And in fact, the license we have in Iowa, it's kind of a tricky license, but it has to be consumed here on premises.
So if you guys want some of their homebrew beer, be sure to come right here, or else you're not going to be able to find it anywhere else.
That's right.
Wow, this room really opens up.
Yeah, this is where the dining room, it's used quite a bit. We have about 60 chairs in here, and I think 60 in the other two rooms. And we added this on in probably, the late 80s, I suppose, something like that. So this wasn't part of the original depot. This was added on later.
Now, that definitely caught my eye over there, an old radio. Can you tell me about that?
We have a lot of old radios. My grandmother was on the radio, and I got quite a few of them from her.
Really? What station?
She was on KMA and KFNF, and she was also syndicated, so she was on a lot of radio stations around. Her name was Edith Sterling. She was the Little Minister, they called her. But I collected radios, and I've collected all kinds of old things over the years.
Now, what's that big honking thing right up there?
That's a camera that came out of the local newspaper. It's from the 1920s. It's made out of cherry wood. And
wow.
It's kind of an unusual piece, one of my favorite pieces.
I couldn't imagine even carrying that thing anyway. That's pretty much once you set it down, it's there to go.
Yeah, it's permanent. It's pretty permanent.
Now, Bill, this seems like this place has a ton of history, but here on Dine on the Rough, as much as we love the history, we love the food even more.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have a specialty dish maybe I could dig my teeth into?
Well, one of the favorite sandwiches is we make our own tenderloins, and that's not common everywhere else in the world, but the Midwest it is, and we sell a lot of tenderloins.
I think that's what I'm going to have to try.
Okay, well that's
Let's go back in the kitchen and see what we can do.
Okay.